Giving you story after story, everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gonna do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tales from the Sipp, episode 97. Yeah. Got another good one for you today. This is talking about some more dangers that we did, man. We did some dangerous stuff, man. And when I was a child, and this part too, I'm talking about how, me and my little brother, we used to catch snakes and keep them as pets. Yeah, we did that. Let's get into it. So, now, when me and my brother, he was like 6, I probably like 8 years old, on down, we started doing that. He was probably like 5, and I was like 7, on up to 6 and 8, 7 and 9, 8 and 10, stuff like that. We used to love to have pet snakes, but our parents didn't know about it. So me and my brother, close to me, I call him Black, named Mike. So what we used to do, we used to go down in the woods, man. We see some little baby snakes or whatever. Shit, we threw them in a jar. Know what I'm talking about? Or we may be walking up the road, and you live in the country, man. You gonna run across the snakes. Anywhere there's water, you gonna run across some snakes. So when there's water, you're gonna see what? Snakes. And another thing, if you see a rat, you're gonna be living in the city. If you see rats all the time, there's some snakes somewhere around there. If you got an infestation of rats in your house, there's some snakes in there too. I don't care what you believe about it. They in there, man. You just don't see them. They be in your ducks. They be in they be in different places. They ain't gonna come out where you can see them and stuff like that. They ain't, cause snakes try to, what I'm saying, avoid humans. Most animals do, but you can say what you want. But if you got a lot of rats around, you got snakes in the same spot. So good luck, miracle. But anyway, now check this out. Back to what I was saying. Me and my brother used to catch them little snakes all the time, man. Little baby snakes. And we'll put them in a jar. We'll put some holes in the top. You know what I'm saying? We used to get them jars like like pickle jars and stuff like that. My mama, had some pickles in, we'll wash it out. And then have that pickle jar or whatever, mayonnaise jar or whatever. And then we'll put some holes in the top so some air can get in there. And then, boom, we go outside and catch us our pets. We had pet turtles. We had some kind of, all kind of pets. You know what I'm saying? When you grow up in the country, you're going to see a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Reptiles, amphibians, or whatever. Mammals. Yay. So we had a pet. And our pets, we used to like to catch was snakes. So one day, Me and my brother, you know what I'm saying? We had seen some snakes out there. It was a little you can tell they mother just had them. And they just were had. And they was a little old big snakes out there. And these snakes were brown and you know what I'm saying, had the diamond things on them, you know what I'm saying? So we go out there and get the snakes, put them in a jar. We sitting outside playing with them, sitting on the porch and all that. All of a sudden, my daddy, for some reason, this is how the Most High work, man. My daddy come out the house. He see us. He said, "Hey, what the freak is y'all doing?" He grabbed the bottles. He get our pets. He smashed the jar and he killed us. He killed our pets, man. Kill our little bitty snake pets. I'm like, man, why dad do this? Uh, Dad was trying to protect us because beyond our knowledge, and believe it or not, what we didn't understand was we had some poisonous snakes in those jars, and if we'd have kept them, we would end up getting bit and getting poisoned. Kids be kind of stupid. A lot of times, the Most High be looking out for children, man. They be dumb, They don't be knowing what they doing, man. I know he looked out for us a lot of times. But yeah, those snakes we had that was in them jars, they were poisonous, man. Sure was. We didn't know. We didn't know in the beginning, but later on, we find out that's what it was. But we used to always like to, when you live in the country, man, you see animals, you see you see a lot of wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? You see wild, you know, fruits growing on trees. You see wild. Man, I didn't know that the strawberries that we eat today come from wild strawberries that grow out on the ground. I used to see them little bitty strawberries all the time. They real little, and they grow on the ground. And the strawberries that we eat today are, come from some kind of grafting or whatever. Those big strawberries that we eat today, they come from them little strawberries that was on the ground that I used to see all the time. That grew wild. They grew wild. We never did eat those things. I'm like, they're strawberries, but why they so little? And maybe they ain't really a strawberry. But yeah, that's what it was. I think I did eat them one time. But, you notice a lot of things in nature, man, that really, stuff in nature, and you'll find out a lot of foods we eat today ain't really what it is. Did you know? I know this is a side note, but I got to talk about it. Did you know the cabbage we eat today, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and cauliflower and stuff like that come from wild, in the wild, it ain't no such thing as broccoli. It's wild cabbage, but it ain't a bulb like the big thing we eat, cut it and chop up. It's just leaves. A lot of things we eat, 2,000 years ago, they didn't, it was something else. But, man doing things. I know it's a side note, but I'm talking about us doing things out in the woods. Well, let me quit chasing rabbits let me get back to the story. So my daddy found out there was some water moccasins that we had in those jars. Man, he took those jars, busted on the ground, killed them water moccasins, and beat the brakes off us. Yeah, he beat the man. He used to get us. He had a long belt, man, little belt. Man, he used to beat the brakes off us, man. But we didn't know they were poisonous. We just wanted us some pets. It just so happened our pets was poisonous and could have killed us. That's crazy as hell. But anyway, moral of the story is, children, be careful what you try to get as a pet. Because everything ain't meant to be kept as a pet. Some things will kill you. And parents, watch your children. Because a lot of times they do things in ignorance. They ain't trying to, kill themselves by having water moccasins as pets or rattlesnakes or whatever, diamond head copper snakes and stuff. But they just doing something they just consider pet, man. They ain't trying to do nothing wrong. But there's some dangerous stuff out there that'll kill us. Oh, yeah. But gotta be careful. But that's all I have today. Tales from the Sipp, episode 97. Yeah. Be on the lookout for episode 98. Till next time, it's part 2. Dangerous stuff that we did as children. But I'll see you next time. Hondo Olatunde signing off. Yeah.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.